Hey traders, John Howell here, officialjohnhowell.com. Welcome to the first video of 2016. It's going to be an amazing year for you guys that are following along with my strategies. And if you're not, make sure you head on down all there. Make sure you click on the link and stuff like that around here. And you know, I'm running some training events for for you guys that are really interested in stuff like that. So there should be a link around here. And if you're not, make sure you go to my website and put your email in somewhere. And I'll email you the details of a new training event that I'm creating that is truly going to help you moving forward into 2016. So anyway, let's get straight into the charts right now. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright traders, so what we're going to do is have a quick little update on what's happening in the market. Now, as you can see, the market is starting to really get some heaviness on the downside. Now remember I said before, it's all about the peaks and troughs, right? It's all about the peaks and troughs. Now the thing is that if you look at, say, the S&P 500, this is the Dow Jones, this is the daily chart, this is the hourly chart. You can see what's happening here on this hourly chart right here where we are now. You can see how that we came down, made a trough, made a lower peak, and then we started running down. We can see what's happening on this hourly chart. We're hovering around there right now. So that's actually looking quite weak. We can see that but the overall, guys, we're still at this overall sort of weekly support line where we've been at. And as you can see, if I bring up like another trend line and knock it down there, possibly down through there, you can see how where the market actually came down. So the market came down to almost to here, as you can see. If I actually just bring that up just a little bit more to be more finite, as you can see, the market actually came down. So today, if I bring this, let me bring on some candlesticks here. There we go, so you can see it a bit more clearer. And let me zoom this down through here. So you can see what happened today. The market came down, held support through here, and then rallied all the way back up, and then it held this sort of trend line where it is right now. So it's still in this overall major support line. It did run down and now came all the way back up. So we are still at this overall support level. We did come down and make this another lower trough, bit of a higher peak, now lower trough. So the strength is now going to the seller side. And if you look at the hourly chart, actually let me just bring this into an hourly chart. You can see, that's a daily chart. Let me bring this to an hourly chart. There's an hourly chart there. You can see what happened here. We've got this big thump down through here, and now we're trying to get a rally back up through there. So yeah, guys, it's actually looking weak overall, but we are at these overall levels of support. We need to see some definite clearance below these levels. If we do, then we'll likely see a slingshot down to these levels really, really quickly. And that was same with the Dow Jones as well too. The Dow Jones did the exact same thing, holding right at that support. You can see where it closed, so that could be a turning point in the market as well too, meaning turning point back up. We just don't know, but it is holding at those levels once again. Looking at the Russell came right down to that support level, but the Russell looks the worst out of all of them. If I go to the weekly chart, this is the weekly chart, and you can see on this big massive weekly chart that I'm looking at, that if I bring up my trendline drawing tools, you can see how this is forming a head and shoulder, and it's ready to crack. It's trying to crack, should I say, as you can see. And also looking at the Nasdaq as well too. Nasdaq sort of popped out of its channel through there. We do have a lot of different there's a lot of different support and resistance levels coming down through here as well too. You can see where we're at there now, and you can see what happened on today. It gapped down, massive gap down, and then rallied back up and closed there. So we don't know what's going to happen with there, but we can see how it's actually started to close out of this whole level through here. And if you bring up sort of this level through here, you have that through there. You can see how it was squeezing up into a triangle pattern there, and you can see how this overall sort of triangle pattern that it was squeezing up, it's now popped out to the high side. So that's a pretty big gap overall as well too, so as you can see. So we've got obviously definitely got to be very careful with that. Looking at the SPY, this is the one that I like to do my my trading on as well too. SPY, you can see that it created like a really reversal candlestick there. So And once again, it's like, is it going to hold this support level or is it going to run down? So we actually may get a rally to the high side and maybe even try to close this gap here as well too, before maybe even popping to the downside. But if we get a close below this trend line here, then we're likely to see a slingshot. And just don't be too surprised that if the market does rally and it rallies up like that, and let me just delete this out of that now, we don't need that. If the market does rally and holds here, we may get a flush down through there, maybe a good 2 or 3% down day, and it may run up a little bit, and then if it runs up a little bit and then holds and starts to come back down, meaning like if it does this on the charts, we might get an up day through here, another up day, and then down day. We might get something like that, like a maybe not that big, but you know what I mean. We may start to get some movement down like this here as well too, but we need to definitely start to close below this level, especially this level through here as well too. And if I bring up my trend lines, you can see this bottom through here. You can see how when the market did flush down, the market flushed down to these areas of support where it is right now. So we definitely need to see some closing below those areas of support. So it's a bit of a market update for you guys. I hope you're doing well. Looking at GLD, which is the trust of gold, not really doing much. This is a weekly chart, just sideways here, and the VIX. The VIX started to spike as well too, and you know, if we do start to get some serious downside, then this VIX is gonna spike like there's no spiking before. So anyway, guys, that's a little market update for me. You know, for you guys that ask me questions, I personally trade stocks, guys. I trade the stocks, and I personally trade options over stocks. I do some funky strategies with that as well too. That's what I like to do myself. I've been doing that for a long time, actually, ever since I started trading, which was like 12 years ago now. That's what I trade as well too. So anyway, guys, if you're not on my list as well too, you're watching this on YouTube, go to my website, officialjohnhowe.com, put your email in wherever it's on there, because I'll be starting to do some amazing sort of a 90-minute training that's really going to help me move forward. So anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.